Hello. I'd like to show you something that I did for a client the other day. It was kind of a cool little bit of happenstance. I was reading Enrique Enriquez. Beautiful bullshit. It's a nice little pamphlet. You've probably heard of it. And this was some time ago. Anyhow, I had a client that she stopped in. She was interested in learning the cards, and she didn't really have a topic to read for. She was more interested in the Marseille. And I had just read this little part of the book that I thought was exceptional, where Enrique shows a bit of his style and his way, which, for those of you who are familiar with him, you know that he's got a unique way of looking at it. And he's teaching many people how to do that. I've done several classes with him. I spent about 3 months working with him, various different things, and this was years ago. But he kind of blew my mind, and I loved his poetry and what kind of poetry he brought out from the cards. So I said, "Trust me." Great thing for a card reader to say. And I said, let's go through this, and this will demonstrate kind of how the Marseille can work.
These images are wet, not dry. They bleed into each other with the recursiveness of their visual rhymes. The man we see resurrecting in judgment was a lobster in the moon. Those who witness his rebirth were dogs, and women fighting over a lover in the temperance's pitchers, connecting by a stream of water, and horses pulling the chariot. The fool's cane is a spoke in the chariot's wheel. The Pope's acolytes find their legs in the devil's minions, their chains anticipating the world's wreath. La Papesse's book becomes the fire in the tower.
So she had followed me that far, and then we stopped at being that all of that we could point to and say it's poetically true. But the part about the book and La Papesse becoming the fire of the tower. So she and I both stopped there, and we said it looks much more likely that La Papesse's crown had tipped over, her mind blown by what she was reading, and it changed her mind about something that she had deeply rooted beliefs about, or she read something brilliant that finally made things connect, and it blew her mind, right? And I was wondering if maybe that statement from Enrique was intentionally woven in there so that he wants us to start thinking independently. That's what he encourages the most. And I realized at that moment that my friend and I were looking at the cards and discovering how to use them in live real time, and that the change had happened for her, and that moment kind of blew her mind, and opened her up to a new way of reading. So that is what I wanted to share.